So how much time do you spend disinfecting, sanitising and scrubbing your house? I probably don't spend enough of that actually, and your children as well. Possibly too much. On And Mum Paedia Pro 3 Coffee Group, we are talking about the benefits of allowing our kids to get dirty. Joining us today, Auckland University Professor of Paediatrics Dr Cameron Grant and children's educator Lisa Schady. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
I'd love to have you in the studio. Dirt is something near and dear to my heart because I do think I have quite a lot of it in my house. I think I'm winning at this one. Cameron, do you think we're overly concerned though about germs and dirt?
Oh, I think we have to remember that germs live with us. They've always lived with us and they form really important roles, and if we didn't have germs living with us, we wouldn't be alive.
Okay. So yeah, so we're a little bit overly concerned with it then?
I think so. I think we sometimes try and control things that we can't really control, and that can have some adverse effects on health.
Yeah, enough with the antibacterial hand washes every 2 minutes. Lisa, you run a course that encourages kids to get dirty. What sort of activities do you get up to?
Cool, yeah. So I run a holiday program in the bush in the lovely Kawaipuripura in Albany. And we do all sorts of activities outdoors. So we forage in the forest, we look for kawa leaves, and we teach children to touch and feel and smell and experience nature, that, you know, there's nothing to be afraid of. So we fully supervise the children. We do all sorts of craft activities as well. We do drumming and circus workshops and dance movement sessions and kids yoga. So it's all very alternative and yeah, just something a bit different, a bit of a different response from the normal recreational indoor school holiday program.
Do they get
system.
to play in the mud?
Oh yeah, they do, yeah. So we have some streams and muddy patches and a fire pit, and yeah, the kids love it. So as long as they bring a spare change of clothes, then they're happy.
It sounds very cool. Cameron,
Yeah.
do you think it's actually healthier for children to be exposed to dirt and germs?
Well, just listening to what Lisa describes, I mean, it's a great place for them to really let their imagination run wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
I worry now that children don't get much of that time to just be involved in completely imaginative play, and being out in the bush and in nature is a wonderful place to do that. You can become whatever forest creature you want to be for a little period of time, because all the other children out there are doing the same thing, rather than having to pretend that you're leading this life that you see on screens these days.
Exactly, nothing is pristine, that's for sure. I always say, Cameron, too, with my oldest child, he was born in Hong Kong, so he spent a lot of time in quite dirty floor environments when he was young, and I'm sure he doesn't get sick as much as his brothers do. Is that truth, or am I just making that up?
Oh no, there's some evidence that, for example, children who grow up in farm settings clearly have different immune systems and responses to things than those who live in a completely urban environment. So no, there's certainly probably something in that.
Oh, that's interesting. It was a lot of nappy Sam went through trying to whiten those baby grows again. When kids are allowed, Lisa, to sort of really play and express themselves, do you see them opening up and having a bit more fun?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So what I observe mostly on this program is kids actually starting to expand. They're not stuck on their iPad or their iPhone or the TV or the Xbox, and so they can actually be the creative child that they are, and being out in nature means that they're connecting more to themselves, they're connecting more to other children, and therefore to the environment around them. So yeah, we see them just having the most fun, and it means that I'm having fun because they're having fun. So it's just incredible.
And everyone does well in nature, don't they?
Yeah, totally.
Everyone really does. Good for the soul. So for both of you now, what would your advice be to parents? I mean, Cameron, what would you like to see done a little bit differently?
I mean, I would like to see children being appreciating the fun of playing outside and just having imaginative play where they create the story rather than the story being created for them.
Sounds good. What about you, Lisa?
Oh, I've been thinking about this, and I think, like, bridging on what you're saying is, yeah, taking your kids out to the local park or the reserve or the bush that's close by, just taking them away from the iPad and the screens for a couple of hours, just get them amongst, you know, feeling and touching and smelling and just experiencing the senses. But I also wanted to say, instilling somewhat of an accountability of your actions from a young age. So children knowing that if they don't put their rubbish in the bin, where that rubbish might end up in the ocean or, you know, on the street or whatever. So just sort of starting it from a young age and getting kids out as much as possible.
It is vital.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. Good chat today. Really good chat.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Our coffee group is brought to you by Mum Pedia Pro 3, the only toddler milk with no added sugars. And if you have any worries that you'd like addressed by our parenting panel, message us on the Cafe Facebook page. One contributor will win this toddler prize. I'm going to pick it up as she stumbles for the book. We'll win this prize from Mum, this gorgeous teddy bear, a digibook and toddler milk as well.